Pizza time.
Here we go. It's episode 56 of A Pizza My Life, where the toppings are hot and everything else is hot as well. I don't know what. All the snow melted, so
It did melt.
that temp is hot. Hot.
Melting snow looks like gross too. It's all dirty.
It does. It is not, as it gets pushed around the roads,
Yeah,
and
it's disgusting.
it just turns that brown color. It's nasty.
Gotta figure something out there.
Doesn't look good. But we are back with another episode here. My co-host, Sean Sauce, of course.
What up?
And our guest this week is someone who you may know from behind the scenes of A Pizza My Life. She set up some of the fun games we've played.
Basically a producer.
Yeah.
That's what people are saying.
An employee of A Pizza My Life.
Wow.
I still haven't paid me.
I said producer, and he just goes right to employee. Like, I was giving you a high rank, and he goes, "Hey, it's an employee."
Yeah.
I see where you're like.
Yeah.
All right. It's somewhere in there. Michelle joining the podcast this week. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. We're happy to have you finally on.
Heather's been requesting you, I think, since the first game that you made. So she's like, you got to get Michelle on there.
I'm like a highly requested guest.
Exactly.
Big shot, big time.
Basically, that's what the people are saying.
Yeah. Not everyone comes as, requested.
The fans demand it.
We actually have some people who come on that are people say don't have them on.
Yeah.
They say fuck that.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you want. We'll have anyone on, even if you don't want them.
Anyone.
Michelle, one of the big things that has happened for you recently is you recently got a cat.
I did get a cat.
When we first hung out, I went over to your place and I was surprised that you didn't have a cat.
Yeah, I give off strong cat vibes.
I was wondering where that was going.
I'm glad that this has been corrected.
Yeah, I was a cat lady without a cat.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, yeah, you have to get a cat.
Yeah.
So is this a Corona cat?
This is my Corona cat. My company's been having me work from home, and I'm just like, well, I'm lonely.
Yep. Need something there. Hey, that's Corona pandemic here has been getting lots of people having animals, so.
Yeah. Clear the shelters.
Yeah.
Get those animals a home. So it's good. How long have you had the cat now?
I got her in December.
Okay. So it's still in that.
She's still a new
not
cat.
Too long, yeah.
Still a new cat. Still trying to figure things out.
Did you get a kitten or did you get like a more?
She was about 6 months old when I got her.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. Have you noticed anything, like, did she do anything weird, anything crazy that you were not expecting?
Well, she doesn't like anyone but me, which is like the kind of loyalty I look for in a pet.
Yeah.
Like she's like,
Fair.
Hey, don't pet me. Only Michelle can pet me. And I'm like, we're good.
Has she hissed at other people coming over?
She doesn't hiss, bite, or scratch.
Okay.
She just was like,
Stay away from me, stranger danger.
Yeah. She's smart. She's a smart girl.
That's good. One of the things you said you got was you downloaded an app
Oh yeah.
to help kind of figure out what the cat is saying.
It's called Meow Talk.
Okay. I mean, what a name.
Yeah, because I'm like, I needed the companionship, but we can't have a conversation.
Which is, I mean, that's half the thing right there.
Yeah, so now I translate her meows, and she just says, I want attention. And I'm like, me too. That's why you're here. And we go from there.
Is that like half of the translations are I want attention?
Yeah, it keeps a little history. So it says, Mom, where are you? I'm hunting my prey. Hi there. I want attention. Give me attention. Pet me. I want attention. I want attention. I want attention.
Wants attention. So that's what it is. Wants attention.
Yeah.
Is it perhaps that there's maybe just like 4 different things that it pops up?
Yeah, I don't know if this is scientifically tested.
They should like try to just like throw you off and just throw in one that's like, I will murder you in your sleep, and then you really get freaked out. You're like, wow. All right, let's.
Like you have 10 days to
Yeah,
live.
exactly. I think if I like hacked that app, that's all I would do is just throw in like those random ones.
Some
Like
real
my
crazy
cat is
stuff.
trying to kill me. That'd be our next hot topic. It would be a lad Bible. My cat is trying to kill me. Woman buys a meow translating app and finds out that her cat secretly wants to kill her in her sleep.
Yeah.
I'm glad she's just not like, I hate you. Go away. We're not friends.
That's good. Yeah, they probably don't want to put those negative stuff on there. It's like, I downloaded this app and it just keeps popping up that my cat wants to kill me.
I mean, I think lots of people wouldn't be surprised by that.
Yeah.
There's lots of cats that give off that I want to kill you vibe. We have one cat that she'll let me pet her sometimes, and then randomly I just walk into the room and just runs out.
Just
I'm
as
like, all right, well, what the hell?
You
Like,
she'll
I
come-
thought we were cool.
I know. I was like, I was just petting you a second ago. What happened?
Yeah, I don't understand that about cats, though. Sometimes you'll be petting them. Life's all good. Life's all good. And then you just find that one spot, and they're like, fuck you, motherfucker.
How
Here's my
dare
claws.
you touch me there?
Here's my claws in
Yep.
your hand. Fuck you. And it's like, oh, okay.
And then you get that cat scratch fever.
My bad. My bad. I'm a dog person. I like dogs.
I got both.
You got both. Only recently you got that dog. So, but no, I like dogs because they're just always so hyped. They're so.
They are always.
If you're like, we're partying today, they're like, fuck yes, let's go. And if you're like, let's just lay down, they're like, all right.
On the plus side, cats though, if you're like, I mean, there's lots of times with like Lucy right now, our dog, that I'm just like, all right, hey, it's a Sunday, like I don't want to do shit. Can you just chill? And she wants to just go constantly. And then
Yeah.
the cat's just like, yeah, I'm down to chill. I never want to do anything. I just want to hang out.
Yeah.
That sometimes is nice. Is I wish Lucy was a little bit more like picked up in the vibes of the room.
Well, she's still young. She's
Yeah.
still learning.
Yeah.
She'll get there.
She just needs a vibe check.
Yeah, exactly. I just someone
Vibe
just
checker.
put her in her place. Like, hey, like let's chill right now. Obviously, not everyone's getting hyped, so let's just bring it down.
Yeah. It's Sunday. We're chilling today.
We're chilling.
We're chilling. All good. All good. Michelle, you always have some fun interactions with people. One of the interactions you told me about recently was an interaction you had with your neighbor.
Yes. So I was walking out my apartment, going to check the mail. First time I left in like a day. And my
That's
neighbor
not
from
bad.
upstairs she's coming up, so she sees me leaving my door. And she's like, can I just ask that you knock it off with the smoke? And I'm like, I don't smoke. And she's like, well, it's really stinky and it's coming up from your apartment. And I was like, I don't smoke. She's like, well, whatever it is, it smells bad and it's your fault. And
It's just a crazy thing to just like confront someone out of nowhere
Yeah.
with this.
yeah, so I was like, well, sometimes I like light candles, but that's all it is. She's like, do they smell? I'm like lavender.
I don't know, vanilla? Like
Just a little.
And then she's like, well, she's like not letting it go. So then I try to explain to her that like air travels in multiple directions.
Dr. Science on
Dr.
the
Science,
case, yeah.
can you confirm?
Yeah, you can get a smell from any direction.
Yeah, so she's like, So then like she goes up and she's just like slamming things, stomping
oh, now
around.
she's like getting in that like, all right, well, I'm gonna be a bitch to you from above.
Yeah, and then she's like screaming, she's like, you're stinking up my damn apartment. And
She was yelling from her apartment that you were stinking up her apartment.
and just like,
Wow.
so we're kind of not getting along right now.
Oh, so this is an ongoing fight.
So do you smell the smoke smell that she like? Do you smell it from any?
Sometimes like in the hall I could smell it, but it's definitely not.
And when she
Not
says
you.
smoke, is it like cigarette or is it like I'm picturing marijuana?
I think that might be
Okay.
it, but I have yet to smell the stink.
Yeah.
But maybe I'm just so used to it because I'm a stinky girl.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, you're surrounded in it, I
Yeah,
guess.
I'm
so
just like
you're just
living
like,
in
whatever.
the stink.
Yeah.
So
Living in the stink. There you go. That's
what
the
you
name
don't
of the
know.
episode.
Living in the stink. There you go. Yeah, no, that's the type of thing. When it's your stink, you really don't know until
when it's
someone
also-
points it out to you.
Also, when it's like a crazy person just smells something that no one else smells,
Yeah.
you don't know.
I was gonna like drag her in and like shove her face in my couch, like smell.
It's like, come on in.
Where
Come-
is it?
Just show me where it's me.
You
tell me what
point
smell
it out, and then I'll stop it.
That would be terrifying if she like walked in and was like, "Ooh, yep, this is it." You'd be like, "Oh shit."
Oh wow, you actually smell it?
So
Shit.
there is something.
Oh.
There is something. All right, I'll get a Glade.
I've gone nose blind.
Let me get.
Is that a Lysol commercial?
Oh yeah.
And the
Nose
smells
blind?
you've gone nose blind to. You know what I'm talking
Where they
about.
like
No.
take people into like a room filled with
Yeah.
diapers and they're like blindfolded but they had sprayed and
Yeah.
then they're like, oh, it's like a beautiful place.
Which is bullshit. Lysol doesn't work like that. Like,
Am I in the Bahamas?
yeah. Like, there's no way
No.
that you are sitting there and you're like, I don't smell all the shit that's around me. All I smell, like, it smells like shit with like lavender on top.
That's my
That's
apartment.
your apartment, apparently, yeah.
Yeah. You love lighting candles. You have a ton of candles.
Yeah.
So like it's. I can't imagine it is you stinking up the apartment complex.
Is this an old lady?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like
Old
it's
ladies.
I feel like it's marijuana smoke. You're probably one of the younger people around, and she's just like, all right, young person smoking the doobie, get out of here. Stop it.
Yeah.
I'm just like 420.
Yeah. Yeah, she's going to sit there on 420. She's like, I know she's down there just smoking away.
Blaze it up. Yep, 420. Just to have to. I mean, yeah. I lost where I was going there for a second. I'm good now. I got it.
Yeah.
I've never lived in an apartment complex, so I've never had to deal with the close proximity of neighbors like that. Sean, have you ever?
We had no issues. We were in just a 2-story apartment. So,
Yeah.
I mean, we were on the top floor, so I don't have to deal with, like the
Yeah,
loud.
so no stinky smells came up.
Yeah, exactly. Well, no, they could have came out because we were on the top floor.
Oh, you got like multitudes of stink.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But, well, there's only 2 stories. So we only had the people right below us. But we never had any issues. I mean, we never had like parties, but we've had people over, try to keep it respectful only on the weekends kind of
Yeah.
thing. But never had any complaints.
So you're the one that was, stomping around.
I would have been. Yeah. My parents told me, and I'm like, when we got the apartment, they're like, get the upstairs. I'm like, well, I don't want to be like a nuisance to people. They're like, people won't give a shit. They'll just stomp around. You might as well be on the top floor, and that way you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Pro tip.
all right. Yeah, exactly. I'm like, all right, well, I guess you're right. But I was so nervous. Like, I don't want to be the people causing any issues. But they're like, people don't care either way, and it's going to have a sound because it's an apartment. Just go to the top floor, and then you at least can live nice. I'm like, all right.
Well, the only trouble is getting the furniture up there.
That did suck. We had to take my couch out of the window and lower it down
The
on
door
rope.
wall.
Out of the door wall and
Yeah.
lower it out on ropes.
Off your balcony.
Yeah. Me and my brother holding it up. We actually had to pull it in that way too. We had to pull it up. My dad's like
That
underneath it,
sounds
just
so
trying to carry it,
miserable.
and we were just like lifting it. Yeah, it was a pain in the ass.
That sounds terrible.
Yeah, luckily you don't have to do that again.
Yeah. Hopefully you're all good now.
I mean, we at least have like another door wall on the bottom floor that we can pull stuff up. So
Yeah, you got some options now.
Yeah.
As to how you get that furniture in the house.
exactly.
I got a chair once because my friend was like, the chair in my living room, actually, my friend was like, take this chair. It doesn't fit in our house. And I was like, what do you mean? And they're like, well, it just doesn't fit in any of the doorways.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, oh, all right. And they're like, it's like a new chair.
I mean, that's nice for you.
I was like, yeah, sure, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I need a chair.
Did it fit in your doorway?
Yeah.
Or did you have to go through the
I got great doorways.
largest doorways?
I might need a new door wall, though. My door wall's getting real jammed up.
Yeah?
Yeah.
From what?
I don't know, but I feel like I'm going to break my arm one of these days trying to open this thing
How are you opening doors?
with my arms.
Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I honestly, I tried to like grab it at the handle and then also put a hand on the backside and try to do a 2-hand deal.
It's getting that stuck?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's going to be a pain in the ass. So,
If your arm breaks from doing this though, you should go to the doctor because you
Yeah.
have stuff happening.
yeah, if you see me on this podcast with a cast on my arm, you know what happened.
Yeah.
I broke
Door
it.
wall.
But no, seriously, one day I broke the handle because the
Oh,
door was
sucks.
getting. So that's why I'm trying to do the 2-hand thing nowadays
To not break the handle.
because I don't want to be replacing the handle every couple months. The handle's put together with these tiny little baby screws.
Yeah. Not fun.
I can't be doing that. Michelle, one of the other stories that you
One of the other stories.
so many stories.
you got some great stories. One of the favorite ones that we've actually talked about on the podcast before was the this guy who was flirting with you and trying to score a date. Go ahead and what happened there?
So I was innocently minding my own business at Oakland University. Go Grizzlies. And a man
Grizzlies.
came up to me, and he was a magician.
That's a good thing.
I mean, plus one right there.
He was Bulgarian.
Okay.
He was the Bulgarian magician.
Was that his stage name?
His stage name, I do believe, is Mr. Magic.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But
that's good. That's straight to the point.
Straight. I mean,
What is this guy all about? Oh, magic.
Mr. Magic.
Mr.
Got
Magic. We know everything we need to know about him. I do believe he saw my Facebook was up and gathered my name. So he then proceeded to search me on Snapchat.
So, okay. So you were like sitting in like the universal area for
Yes.
everyone. You're on your Facebook. He comes up and talks to you, or he just like walks by a couple times and just like stares at your computer.
That one.
He
And then
just stares at your computer?
that one, and then he proceeded to try and talk to me.
That's so weird.
So
He's got binoculars like over her shoulder.
I'm picturing you're like sitting there on Facebook and he's like walking by and just stares and then comes back and just stares and then comes back one more time and just goes stares and then like comes back and goes, oh, so hello, I'm Mr. Magic. And then he just like he probably like did he try to like guess like how many friends you have or something? trying to think what you can get off Facebook.
No, I'm trying to. I like to picture that Michelle's there on her laptop and just opening a Microsoft Word document. And you ever play with like the fonts to see what your name looks like in different fonts?
No, I have
So
not.
she's just got like size
Helvetica,
72.
Arial.
Is this
You're just scrolling through
Comic
Joker, man.
Sans.
is this like
Wingdings.
the computer version of like writing your name down on like a notepad multiple times?
Yeah.
I mean, I've never
Testing out
done
the
this.
signature.
Yeah, I've never done the font.
Or if you got like a crush on someone and you're like going through and like, what would my name look like with their last
You
name?
do that a lot?
I don't do that.
Yeah.
You're gonna change your last name when you get married?
Maybe if my future wife has like a cool last name, I would consider it.
If they were a celebrity, I feel like you have to.
Oh, really? So if I married Jessica Alba, I'd have to become Eric Alba.
Yeah. I think you have to.
Yeah. I mean, like, why wouldn't
Yeah.
you?
I think
that's
I think you should pretty much take the most prestigious name.
Ooh,
Okay.
that's a good system.
There you go.
See, but I always thought
It's always
if
hard when people are both peasants though, because then like no one knows. But like when you had a celebrity,
you're on an equal
Yeah,
level.
yeah.
You're like, who's making more money? All
Yeah.
right, that's the last name we go with. But I always felt like if my last name was like Wiener or Butt, then and I married a girl and her last name was like Power or Scorpio, then I'd be like,
Scorpio.
yeah, I would love to be Mr. Scorpio.
Eric Scorpio.
I don't want to be Mr. Wiener. I want to be Mr. Scorpio. That
You
sounds
lived
way
Mr.
better.
Wiener your whole life though.
I know, but say sorry, Mom and Dad. I'm gonna kill the Mr.
Dad
Wiener
would have
name.
been so mad. He's like, you carry on this Wiener tradition.
And I'd be like, yeah, but you know what? Now I have a son named Max Power, and that sounds way better than Max Wiener.
He's either gonna be a wrestler or a porn star.
Take your pick.
Yeah.
Hey, that's fine. As long as he's got a good career ahead of him.
That's one of those two options. Anyways, Mr. Magic.
Oh yeah. So he was doing laps,
Yep, as one does.
and then he like,
Is he in a pool?
and then so I was at home, just like doing my thing, and
So wait. When he like came up and talked to you, how did that conversation
I
go?
like blacked out.
I mean, like, did he try to like hit on you then?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it wasn't like his first attempt was this upcoming Snapchat. Like he attempted there, and I'm assuming then you probably you probably weren't like, oh yeah, let's go on a date. So he did not get the hint.
No.
Yeah.
Did he try to do magic?
No.
Okay.
He
Would that have
talked a
helped?
lot about yes.
He's like, I'm kind of involved in the magic lifestyle.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm basically Harry Potter.
He went to like that magic and not like I'm David Blaine.
No.
Yeah, so he's a wizard.
No.
You're a wizard, Mr. Magic.
Wow.
So I am home minding my own business. I have a Snapchat notification. I open it up. Mr. Magic ready to amaze. Screenshot, throw my phone across the room. Walk over, process what just happened.
What?
Block.
Yep.
Text to all my friends.
Of course. Like, yeah, he made his rounds.
Yeah. Look what I just got.
I mean, again, I just said it before, but like, I think I'd rather have someone like see the screenshot notification and then just be blocked rather than have you respond back and be like, what the fuck are you thinking, you creep? I'd be like,
Yeah.
all right, never mind.
I just like that it's like a mirror selfie with playing cards. Like, this will get her.
Did he have like a fedora on too?
No.
Oh, I thought
No.
he had a hat on.
No.
No, but he definitely he's dressed up ready to go out for that night. And
Did he had
do
like the
magic.
vest on though,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Yeah, he's ready to go out to Applebee's.
He's the Red Robin magician.
Why do magicians have to wear like those vests?
To like hide all the...
Hide all the tricks?
Yeah, to help them carry their stuff.
I also
Their
feel
magic.
like magicians are like naturally set up to try and kidnap people.
Yeah.
You know? Like they could always just say like, "Oh, I'm just doing a trick."
Yeah, that's why your kid disappeared.
Yeah.
Like, she disappeared. We don't know.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah,
it's
she's tied up
magic.
in my trunk. Oh, well, why? That was the magic trick.
That was the whole thing, guys.
I was going to have her show up in a
Yeah.
different city.
That's why she's in a box.
Yeah.
That's why I'm scared of magicians.
That makes sense. They don't make enough, probably because magicians, like, I mean, for the most part, sometimes seem like weenies, but they need to make like
Serial killer.
serial killer magician like movie or something. Like they're set up
yeah.
for it.
Yeah.
Well, you ever
They're
see
like,
Now You See
saw
Me?
her in half.
Yeah, right. Like I started having like the blood shooting out. I was like, "What's
Well,
happening?"
Special effects.
Yeah,
That
like
would
no,
be-
it saw her in half. I
That would be a
killed her
solid-
on stage.
The magician murderer.
Yeah,
I'd
Wait,
watch that.
Did something like that happen? And Now You See Me. I know that they're all magicians.
They're all magicians, and they just do like heists. It's not
so
murder.
bank robbers. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no
Then you go
murder
to like
involved.
a serial killer.
Yeah, they're just a bunch
If
of
Ted Bundy
magic
would have like,
things.
he would have been a magician and then also murder people. Like,
He'd
Not
be
good.
even more popular.
yeah, seriously.
He would be. I love the idea of knowing a couple magic tricks just to like as a party trick, just to be like, oh hey guys, check this out, boom boom, and then you're like, isn't that cool? All right, let's play cards.
It's cool if you can like do them and you're not like over the top trying to like push
Yeah.
it. I think if that's like your thing of like I'm coming in, I'm just gonna start doing magic, can get like a weird vibe. But if you're just
Yeah.
like sitting there and like you have cards and you just sit there and it's like, here's a 5. What?
Yeah.
That could be fine.
You gotta not care that you're doing magic.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
You're right. You
don't
can't
want to
take
be
it too seriously.
Yeah, you don't want to say, hey, can you give me some money now?
Yes.
Just like,
You don't want that.
I did a trick.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Yeah.
nonchalant.
I just showed it off, like, all right, and then people would be like, oh, do you show us another one? And it's like, that's the only one I know.
What's worse, guy trying to do magic at a party or a guy who just breaks out like the acoustic guitar and starts trying to just jam?
I feel like music is adding ambiance. Magic is adding like deception.
True, but
You look so terrified. You're like, I don't want that.
but the music guy I feel like is just
music
is a
guy-
douche for
Yeah.
the most part. Like if you came to a party and then you just pulled out an acoustic, be like, hey guys, I'm just gonna sit
It's
by this
like, here's
fire and
Wonderwall.
vibe. Yeah, exactly. It's always
Yeah.
Wonderwall. It always is Wonderwall.
That's an easy song.
Yeah. Well,
So-
I mean, that's why they do it.
And it's a classic. Everyone loves it. I would rather have the magician. Let me
Yeah?
tell you this story.
I feel like that changes the whole vibe of the party, though.
It does.
But I feel like if you just spend like 20 minutes or so watching the magician's tricks or something, you're like, wow. And then you have a story. That's what happened to me. New Year's Eve, 2013, I want to say.
Okay, so you're still like a child, basically.
Wrong. I was a solid 24, 25. I'm older than you. Shut up. I went to a friend's house for New Year's Eve. She was having like a party. Her dad's a magician. Now, see, that's...
Okay, but that's a different thing because dad's already like, they're already coming in and like
They've got a whole energy.
exactly, yeah, like
Yeah, well, he
magician is dad energy to an extent, yeah, leveled up a little bit.
Magician is dad energy. Okay.
Actually, I think if you when you become a dad, you should start learning magic then, because then it'll be like that'll be fine.
You got your dad jokes. You got your dad tricks.
Exactly,
You know?
like pull a quarter from behind your ear kind of thing. Yeah,
I think
No,
you just...
I feel like that's grandpa.
that is great. You're right. That is grandpa.
Yeah, you automatically just get that knowledge.
Yeah.
When you become a grandfather, you're like, I can start pulling quarters out of ears.
Ah.
Here we go. But we went to so he just showed us a couple of tricks. He was like, yeah, come down. I got my like magic stuff, over here. I think it was
Was
in
it
the
in a basement?
It was in the basement.
Basement magic.
Basement magic. But he was so serious. He was an actual magician.
Okay.
And so we go down to the
Where'd he touch
basement,
you?
and he's got like it was multiple people. We got
He was touching multiple
Yeah,
people.
whoa.
in the basement.
He was touching multiple people in the basement.
No. So he pulls out these cards and he's doing these like card tricks, and we're like watching, and I mean we've been drinking obviously,
Obviously.
so we're like really amazed, like the level of amazement at these magic tricks is
course.
enhanced.
Yeah.
But he's doing this one trick, and we're like watching him shuffle these cards, and he's like, all right. I don't see your. We like picked a card, and he's like, "It's not here. It's not here. I don't see the card here." And we're like, "Ooh, yeah. Like, where's the card?" And he's like, and we look up at him. The card's in his mouth.
How is he talking?
Well, when we looked up, he had the card in his mouth. I don't know.
Why were
I
you guys
still
on the-
don't know
why
to
were you
this
guys on
day.
the ground?
What do you mean? Why were we on the
You
ground?
You
looked
look
up?
up.
Well, no, because we were looking at his hands. He had his. He had his.
He had his hands by his junk, and then you looked up.
Well, no, like
Like,
if I'm
here's
looking
the
at your
real
hands,
trick.
if I'm looking at your hands, like I don't see your. I'm not
feel
looking at
like-
your face.
I feel like you have periffs,
Yeah.
right? You can just kind of see it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not when it's like. He did it well. Either way, you looked up at his like mouth, and it's like, and the like card's like hanging out.
So he just like spat the card at you, like, bleh,
He didn't spit the card at me. He was like, bah.
bleh. Here's your
Like-
card.
Like that dinosaur in Jurassic Park.
It wasn't like it wasn't a machine gun of playing cards at us.
That'd be kinda cool.
No, that didn't happen.
Projectile
No.
vomiting.
But it was just we were amazed.
On a,
And it was
on
a good New Year's Eve. It was good magic. I enjoyed it.
On an opposite note, I was going to a Wings game, and we parked in Greektown. We parked at Old Shillelagh, and me and my buddy are walking. Actually, me and my buddy are walking, and this guy just comes up. One of those like the street magicians just comes up. He goes, "Hey, you guys want to see a magic trick? We're on a little sidewalk, and like
Yeah.
so we can't really just
You're
go
locked
around
in.
him."
You're seeing that magic.
And we're like, "Sure." And he sits there, and he's like, "All right, pick a card." We pull a card. He goes, "All right, watch this," and he pulls out a card, and he's like, "Is this your card?" But nope. He goes, "All right, let me try this. Who's are you in love? And my buddy's like, sure. He goes, okay. And how long have you been dating? He's like, 7 years. Okay. And then like he tried to just find a way to say that this is now your card. And then it was the
There's
dumbest.
no, this is now your
Yes.
card. That's not a trick.
Like, or like I knew I picked this because of these, different connections.
Oh.
And then at the end of it, we're just like, okay. And he goes, all right, so like you guys got $10? And I'm like, no, we
Not for that.
just paid it at the park. Sorry. Trying to walk by. I'm like, this is the worst magic trick, and you forced us into it, and then you didn't even do it right.
Yeah.
Awful.
If you went to like Vegas or something, would you go see like a David Blaine or a Penn and Teller?
I didn't know.
No, Michelle.
Absolutely
No,
not.
I totally would. I would love that. I've seen some Penn and Teller magic tricks, and I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
See, I think the pros are because like I've watched the Magic for Humans on Netflix. Have you seen that?
No.
Oh, for one, the guy's kind of funny with it, but he also did like the reason I started watching is he did this one thing where he just told every other person at like a park, like, hey, I'm gonna make this guy think that he's invisible. Just act like he's invisible. Mm-hmm. So he brings this guy up and he like puts a sheet over him. He goes, all right, you're invisible. And then he pulls it off, and then everyone is acting as if like they can't see him. And this dude just walks around and then like steals a bottle of wine from someone, goes up to someone and just like starts running his hands across their face and everything like that. So that made me laugh. But he has really good magic, and I think I would see him.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I don't know. I'm in Vegas. I'd rather gamble.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. Let's jump into some hot toppings. Here we go. The first hot topping is about a rapper. We all know the rapper Slow Tie. Well, he has agreed to stop spitting in fans' mouths at gigs due to the coronavirus pandemic.
Just because of that?
Because of that. That was
Okay,
the reason.
okay.
He's like, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm done with it. The pandemic is...
How did this get started?
Well, clearly... Okay. Cool that you stopped spitting in fans' mouths, but obviously you have a fan base, and they know what they're signing up for when they come here,
and they want that.
They want that. So I don't
Just
know.
like
I
in
kind
the
of
crowd, like, ah.
exactly. Yeah, there. Like the front row probably costs like extra just to get there, so he can sit there and just go, just spit in everyone's mouth, just baby bird and everyone around.
Just has waters lined up ready to go.
Yeah.
Just like a sprinkler into the crowd.
What a picture for this guy too.
He's a rapper. He's a cool guy.
British rapper. Okay.
All right. So anyways, British rapper Slow Tie, he has agreed to stop spitting in fans' mouths because of the coronavirus pandemic.
That's how it happened. Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to point it out. I'm just reading it.
I was answering Michelle's question.
Ugh. All right. Anyways, he captured headlines around the world in 2019 when a fan asked him to spit in her mouth during a concert. The viral footage shocked people around the world, and it soon became his like signature thing that he did. So
that's kind of sucks. So this was only a signature thing for like a year.
Yeah, like this was going well for him.
Yeah, like he thought this is my niche.
Yeah, he's a couple months into it. He's like, this is great. This is going good. But recently he was asked by YouTuber Amelia de Moldenberg on her show Chicken Shop Date whether he was keen to revive the spitting habit when live shows returned. He said, no, I ain't spitting in no more mouths now.
He did this in the U.S.
Yeah, it was in the U.S. He was touring with the band Brockhampton.
Hold on. This was in December of 2019?
Yeah.
And then coronavirus really started hitting us in March, but the first cases were back in December.
It was him.
We know who... This guy's not allowed back in the U.S.
Okay, so...
Look at his teeth right there, too.
So
he's not looking good.
Was at the concert. He's performing, and somehow she conveys, I would love it if you spat into my mouth right now. Did she have like a sign?
She had a sign.
Oh my God.
Did she have a sign?
Yeah.
Did it say she had a sign?
This is what, yeah.
Okay.
Getting deeper into it. She had a sign that said, Slow Tie, I need you to spit in my mouth.
Oh, right.
And her name was Kirsty. And so he saw the sign. He hopped off.
Kirstie Alley asked him to spit in her mouth.
Not Kirstie Alley. Nope. Don't spoil the name Kirstie Alley.
Well, you're a big Kirstie Alley fan?
No, I don't care at all. But anyway, so he saw the sign, of course, on stage, and he was like, "Oh, this is hilarious!
If
I
she
got
needs me to.
If she needs me to spit in her mouth,
He's like, "This is such a crazy request. I guess this is what I'm doing." He hopped off stage and he spoke to the young woman, and then grabbed the sign, showed it off to for everyone else to see, and then spit in her mouth.
This dude's teeth just look so disgusting.
I would not want his spit.
No.
Like
Like just that like
that tooth is
that's like
rotting.
one like dead snaggle tooth in the back there. It just looks.
Yeah, he doesn't look great.
Yeah.
That's just dirty.
He
And
doesn't look great.
I'm assuming he's been smoking. He's
Yeah.
probably. I mean, he was on stage rapping for a while, so it's
Yeah.
probably like.
It's
I
not
don't
great.
know. Yeah, you're getting the most disgusting like spit.
Yeah, it's not great. Yeah, he's yeah, it's not great. But they did talk to the girl who he spit into the mouth of, and she said it was one of the best moments of my life. Slow Tie is a beautiful man. I wish nothing but the best for him in his career.
Disgusting.
I'm worried about her.
So Kirsty,
There's people who do stuff like this that you're always like, what the fuck?
do you think Kirsty's had the coronavirus by now?
100%.
She got it.
She
right
caught
then.
it.
She was case number 1.
She was on ground zero.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a mistake. Don't be. I mean, this
How
would become
has he
his
not
signature
been
thing.
linked to the whole coronavirus happening in the U.S. before?
I don't know.
He came
I'll tell
over
you.
in December, spit in someone's mouth, and then a couple months later, coronavirus. Crazy.
We need to send this to like Fauci or something.
Seriously, yeah.
We'll forward it over. I'll link Fauci. I'll tag him in this. Yeah, no, I feel bad. You know that his career was taken off.
It does suck to
People were
like
like,
find
this
like
is
this
his-
one thing that like,
Yeah.
all right, this is like
That you're
this
known
is how
for.
what's gonna separate me, and this is how people are gonna like they want to come to my concert because they want to get their mouth spat in,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden a pandemic happens. You're like, fuck.
Yeah, Sean, you're a big fan of Justin Timberlake.
Yeah.
Would you ever, if he was like,
No.
if that was Justin Timberlake's
No.
thing,
I was
of
really,
like, hey,
I
I'll
was
spit
really
in your
curious
mouth.
of where you were going on this.
Yeah.
No.
You'd be like, no, thanks,
No.
Justin.
No.
No.
Yeah. I'd be no, thank you.
All right. Is this a recent opinion that's changed of yours, or do you think?
Before pandemic, yes.
Okay.
After pandemic, no.
I was gonna say if you were like because of the Free Britney thing, you're like, oof, I don't like Justin anymore.
Did you watch that at all?
I did.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't think that it was like as crazy as they were making it out to seem. Like it's stuff that like you knew, and I don't know. They didn't have enough of like I guess the background. Like she definitely got treated poorly, but there wasn't anything that like came out that I was like, oh, I didn't know that. It was all stuff that I feel like was pretty like well known.
I feel like they needed to like go into the legality of it. Like
Yes.
that would have been way more interesting. But instead they were like, yeah, these girls did podcasts about our Instagram and now
Yeah.
we're worried.
Exactly. And yeah, and there's nothing about just like I don't know.
That's
the whole
it.
thing I was just watching. I'm like, all right, like, is there more?
Yeah.
Is there more?
Yeah, but Justin had to put out Timberlake had to put out a statement that was like, oh man, I'm
I
sorry.
think that's bullshit too. Like,
I think it's weird.
they were in their like early 20s and they broke up and she cheated or didn't cheat. And like, yeah, like, I don't know. People make songs about their fucking exes. Taylor Swift made a career on this.
Yeah,
I don't understand how all of a sudden, like,
but
15 years later, he's like, people are getting mad at me.
Yeah, like people, he had to apologize.
Yeah,
and be
I
like,
don't
oh,
get
I
it.
should have behaved differently and acted differently to help Britney and
You
Janet
also-
Jackson.
So I don't understand.
I was
What's
like, I
the
don't think
Janet
he was
Jackson
in-
one?
He like flashed her nipple.
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
thought
did
she
you
was
hear
in-
about that?
Yeah,
In the
but,
Super Bowl
I thought she
halftime
was
show.
in on that. Was she not?
She wasn't, and then she got like flack for it happening.
Yeah,
and they
well,
all
I think
blamed
she was.
Oh.
I think she was in on it. I think that was a planned thing. And then they were like, "Oh no, that wasn't supposed to happen," because everyone was like, "Oh my god, a nipple."
Well, people blamed her.
Yeah.
Okay, so she took the blame and not him.
Yeah, she got
Yeah.
way
Okay.
more of the hate than he did.
Yeah, and he probably that makes more sense. And then he probably didn't support her enough to be like,
That's
hey,
the
Like,
thing,
wait,
people-
we
Yeah.
were in on this.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
okay, that
He
makes
was
more
just like-
sense.
yeah.
I think he owes Janet more of an apology than Britney. Like the Britney thing, like you had a relationship and shit happened.
Yeah, but yeah, he apparently should have done something differently. I feel like it was out of his control. Like
It was.
he has like the record execs and the handlers, and people are like,
But
"Hey,
he made
this
a
is what
song.
you're gonna do."
Yeah, he made a song.
And I
Clearly,
don't think he was gonna
his
be
song is
like,
about
"Oh, no."
his life.
Let's do something differently.
I think that was he did it to get people to get off his back. But like, I don't know. I don't. He wasn't canceled, but you definitely shouldn't be canceled
No.
off of something like that.
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Let's jump in to the next hot topping here. Let's get off.
Glad we got to
Slow
talk a little
tie.
bit about Britney on
No,
this.
that's all I've been doing. Is thinking
Talk about Britney.
Spears.
Yeah, you had your cat listen to Britney
Yes.
Spears. Is your cat
Wait,
Britney
is this
fan?
for real?
Yeah, because I was trying to prepare her for the documentary,
Gotcha.
and I wanted
So you
her
want
to,
you want her
she
to have a
needed
connection.
context.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, here's
Yeah.
oops, I did it again.
Here's
all
the
that.
What song was her
classics.
favorite?
The classics.
I think she's really into circus.
Okay.
Wow,
All
a
right.
surprise.
Yeah.
A surprise. I was going to say, because we once had band practice together,
Yes.
and
Oh,
we
yeah.
spent most of the band practice just trying to play Toxic.
Because that's very fun to play on the violin.
I also feel like your guys' band practices were 90% of the time doing anything other than practicing a song that was supposed to be from your guys' band.
It was never productive.
Yeah.
No.
It
Yeah.
was never. Alex always talked. He was like, well, maybe do like a gig. And I was like, with what? With what? What do we have?
That reminds me, I was in 6th grade and I was in a band and I just had like somewhat learned how to play guitar.
Uh-huh.
And we went to go audition for the talent show and they gave me the tablature like sheet music
Yeah.
5 minutes before. And they're like, yeah, just go up there and play it. I'm like, all right,
What am
no
I
idea how
looking
to
at?
do this. Yes. And I go up there and it was the most like chaotic thing. Like I'm sitting there just strumming. Someone else is just like strumming. The guy who was on drums had just like his snare and was just sat there and just like played the snare. And then the guy who sang like fucked up everything too. And the whole time we were just sitting there.
What a disaster.
I'm pretty sure they let 99% of people into this talent show because it was
Yeah.
a fucking elementary school talent show. We did not get in.
I didn't get in on my talent show.
So we're the couple people
So,
who don't.
yeah, joke's on you. Now we have a podcast.
Yeah. Oh, you guys can't.
You
Oh,
said
your
I had
face.
no
Yeah.
talent.
boom.
My talent, I just wanted to dance to a song. And they're like, this song's not appropriate.
What song?
Rollin' by Limp Bizkit.
Yeah. Why? Can we get this dance?
No, I would never. I would never. Do
I
that.
really want to see this dance.
It was stupid.
Like,
but
was
I
it
did
choreographed?
You're like,
like I knew, like I had it like in my head.
rolling.
It was more of like a like this,
All right.
right? Because I think that was from the music video. But the dance wasn't inappropriate. But they were like, the song you need, like it was an edited version of the song, and they were like, it's still too obvious. And my friend David, he stopped me because I was like, yeah, they're not gonna let me be in the talent show. And my friend David, this is what he told me. He goes, this was his solution, and I will never forget it because it just still makes me laugh. He goes, you know that moment? He's like, here's what you do: get a version of the song on a cassette. And I was like, okay.
Oh, I want you to hit play.
And he goes, here's what you do. You know, on the radio station when they're silent for a second before they announce something big, wait for one of those moments and then record it over the swear words. And I was like, what?
Oh wait,
That would
hold
take
on.
so much work.
That seems way harder than you just taking the cassette.
Like
and just
I'm pretty sure I can just
blocking it out.
record
Yeah.
silence. I don't have to wait for the radio station to do silence.
I can picture you sitting at the radio for an entire day, just trying to get like all the like.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I never came close to doing that. I was just like, yeah, I'm not in the talent
This
show.
was in elementary school.
This was 6th grade. It was 2000.
Did you try out for your 6th grade talent show?
I played the violin in all my talent shows. And
Okay.
I was,
And yeah, you were like the headliner.
no one was into it. I'm like, everyone's doing their like little dances and like things and magic tricks. And then I come up and
Magic.
like,
Magic tricks.
I'm going to play classical music and you guys are children and cannot appreciate this.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone's like, we have music class with you. It sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Actually,
there probably was a little bit of jealousy, yeah, because you're in music class, probably just killing it. And they're like, all right.
in 8th grade, these girls started a rumor about me that I didn't actually play the violin. It was just a recording.
You were like Milli Vanilli of violins.
So like they were like, yeah, Michelle's just pretending she can't actually do it. And I got really upset about it. But like looking back, it's like, wow, you guys thought I was so good that it was a recording?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's actually a compliment.
That is. That's
Also,
positive.
what a rumor to like just start too.
She's like, she can't do it.
She really can't do it. Ask her to do it. I dare you.
Yeah.
She
See if she
can't-
can do it.
Yeah.
Where's
she can't.
the radio? Where's the radio, Michelle?
Take away all electronics, as I guarantee.
Check her pockets. Check her pockets. Are there speakers?
But like pretending to
Walkman.
play the violin, you're just like,
Oh yeah, you would still make too much noise. Yeah, like it would just be ridiculous.
It's a fake violin.
Yeah.
Like as you move.
It has the
Yeah.
whatever the
Yeah, it's a
string. I can't. What is that?
bows, the
bow.
strings.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's what I was thinking of.
Just
I know it's
all built
horsehair,
in.
right?
Yeah.
See,
Oh yeah.
every now and then you remember something.
I had to try to learn how to play the violin. I could just never make any sound. I would just rub the
I feel
thing.
like you could easily make a sound.
You would think so. It would just be silence. I'd have it, and then it'd be like maybe more resin or something. And
Did you not do it at like an angle? Don't you have to do it sort of at
It's
like an
kind of
angle?
like a pressure versus speed
Okay.
situation.
And you have to like hold it, like
Yeah,
you have to
there's a
hold the
bow
thing,
hold.
like it's like a
then you're
claw hold on this thing, and then you have to like ging.
Yeah.
I remember.
I couldn't
remember
figure
it.
it out. I couldn't figure it out. I barely passed the class.
Did you play the recorder?
No. Well, yeah, you start with the recorder, and then you go to a string instrument, and then a brass instrument.
Yep.
And obviously, I chose the trombone.
I had the saxophone.
You were one of the lucky kids because everyone was like, "Give me the saxophone."
Oh, and
they were
mistake by them.
It was like the first 3 like kids who got to pick were like saxophone, and it was like, all right, well the saxophone's all gone. Like, what's next? Trombone, I guess. Give me the heaviest piece of instrument you can have.
I definitely thought that I could play that saxophone just like the
right.
Meanwhile, guys like.
I know. I'd love to learn how to play the saxophone, but that's just never going to happen in my life.
Also, like, how rude of schools to start kids off on a recorder in elementary school.
Play hot cross buns.
Yeah, like their parents. Like, I would dread the day that my kid would come home with a recorder.
My parents were very generous, like listening to a 7-year-old try to learn how to play the violin.
Violin, though,
That's nice.
I feel like at least like you could like. I mean, a 7-year-old learning could be bad, but like the recorder sounds bad even if it's a professional.
Yeah, there's never like the worst violin playing is still better
Yes,
than
exactly.
the best recorder.
Recorder,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah,
like
you're
there's not going to
killing
be
it.
someone. No one's going to be on any orchestra playing a recorder. I don't understand why it's a thing.
Yeah.
I guess maybe because it's easy.
Maybe.
Cheap.
Or what
Cheap,
about
yeah,
what
it's
about a
plastic.
harmonica? I got a couple of harmonicas in the basement that I can whip out and play a tune.
Yeah, can you?
I can't play a tune, but
And just blowing it a little bit.
you can make a sound with a harmonica very easily.
You might have an issue if you can't
Yeah,
have your lungs checked.
you might have COVID.
You could have COVID.
That's the new COVID test. Can you play the harmonica right
So,
now?
sister,
Just like,
can't do it.
just like every citizen gets a harmonica.
At home COVID test.
It's a
Here's a
harmonica.
harmonica.
That might
When
be-
you can play this, you're fine.
That's the vaccine.
Yeah.
That's when you'll know you're better. You've healed from COVID. If you can play this harmonica beautifully, if you can play hot cross buns, then you are good. All right, let's get into the last hot topping here. The last one we have is a house that had to be moved, and a guy spent $400,000 moving his house a half a mile down the road.
That sounds like you might as well just have a new house.
Yeah.
You'd think so.
Why did he have to relocate?
You would think so. So he spent
Is this in San
$400,000.
Francisco?
This was in San Francisco, and it is a old timey, the Full House kind of house. And he spent $400,000 to move it down the road. The home is worth $5 million, and they wanted to build an apartment complex in that location. So he had to move his house or destroy it. The city was on board. Everyone was on board.
He currently lived there?
Yeah, he lives
But
there.
if you own the house, can't you just hold out? Like, I assume then you get them to pay for this.
No, there was
Isn't that like always the sort of like
he was
Up?
like,
The whole premise of Up was that he kept that house in that spot.
yeah,
And he's like, I'm not moving it. And they kept offering him money. He goes, no, I'm not moving it.
yeah, that's basically
That's
it
not how
is.
this works.
I
Up
don't
lied?
know.
Up lied?
I don't know. Basically, Up, he could have moved his house. This is basically Up in real life.
No, except Up.
But they basically somehow, I don't know if it doesn't really say whether they were buying the property or whatever, or if he's part of the property because he is a real estate broker. So I think he might be part of the development of that
So
area.
he's like, I'll make more money by just moving this.
Yeah, so
Okay.
he is going to build an apartment complex
That makes
there.
more sense.
Spent $400,000 to move this. The house was moving at a top speed of 1 mile per hour down the road.
Can you imagine the fucking
Like,
traffic
you're just
jam?
like behind it, like, why is there a house?
What the fuck, guys?
There's a house in the road.
Speaking of Up, they move faster in Up.
Yeah.
I don't know if they tried balloons or not, but it is a 139-year-old property, and they spent some money to kind of make sure that it was, that it stayed intact, that the porch didn't fall off. That was their concern. A bunch of people gathered to watch this happen.
Did they have to stop at all the stop signs and stoplights? Let me just stop my
I
house.
feel like you shouldn't. I feel like you should be able to
No,
go through.
this was a dedicated street. They had everything
Okay.
cleared out the way. They had to get 15 different city agencies to agree to it. I don't know why. It's moving a mile down the road.
I think
I don't
because
know why
you're
you need
causing
15
because you're causing a traffic jam.
cities. I guess.
You're basically shutting down a road for however long it takes.
Like,
yeah.
you're flashing your porch light at the turn
Yeah,
signal.
I'm going. I also, it's always weird to me when I realize that other places, basements aren't just like a normal thing. Because clearly they don't have a basement.
No.
You just lift it up.
the house they have, it's a pretty decent sized house. It looks pretty nice. And they said, it's a historic house with, original lumber.
And is that Fulton Street? That's
don't
like
make
the
it.
big street. That's the big San Francisco street that everyone all those houses are on.
No. 'Cause
Okay.
I think, I'm sure it's near there,
Okay.
but it's not like the main, I don't know.
Either way.
I've never been.
Since
Maybe
we're talking about up,
someday.
how many helium-filled balloons do you think it would take to actually make you float away?
make a person.
Yeah.
I think it's like 18 or something.
Did they do this on like Mythbusters or something?
Maybe. I think they did try this on Mythbusters. I'm pretty sure. They figured it out.
So you know how they got those carts and the guy always has balloons
Yeah.
sitting there in those carts.
Yeah.
How does it not float away?
It's just like floating. You
Yeah.
Like,
It's always just bringing it. Just you searching this
I'm
up?
going to search it. I got to know. How
You
many
think
balloons?
it's 18?
I think it's more than 18.
I'm gonna say 35.
I feel like it's got to be a high number. I'm going to say 68.
If you weigh about 110 pounds, it comes out to 50,000 grams. Divide your 50,000 grams by the 14 grams per balloon, and you find that you need 3,571 balloons to lift your weight.
18 balloons? Where the fuck were you getting 18 balloons from?
They're very big. Balloons.
Yeah,
I was
what
thinking
the-
big balloons.
Yeah,
Big old
You know when
balloons.
like Nathan For You was like had those huge balloons to like so heavy people could ride
Yeah.
on horses? That's what I was thinking. I was like, all right, 18 balloons to lower the
what
weight.
the hell?
I was way off. I was thinking of very big balloons.
That actually surprised me then that
I was thinking of a hot
balloon
air
can like carry someone. 3,000 balloons sounds like a
3,571 balloons to lift
110
110
pound
pounds.
person.
Whew. All right.
Damn.
Wow. All right.
I've learned some things today.
Seriously.
That's what we try to do. We try to teach people on this podcast.
That's the main point of our podcast.
Yeah, I gotta walk away smarter than when I came in.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We'll make
So-
you dumber with some of our things, but then we'll make you smarter with others.
So anyways, but this guy, they moved this house down the road, and it's the pictures are interesting to look at of just this house in the middle of the street. But the guy said, this is a
51.
house worth saving. It's what, and he says, besides, it's what keeps us in business. That's actually what the mayor said.
Oh, those
The
types
mayor,
of houses?
the mayor says this is a house worth saving. Besides, it's what keeps us in business.
I kind of get that. Like that's one of the things that
like,
people go to
okay.
San Fran for.
Business. All right.
No, I think there's
That's
a point
what
to
it's
that.
about. That's what it's about. But one of the bystanders was quoted as saying, "It's the most excitement I've had in 10 years. What if it topples?"
All right. I
If
mean,
that's,
Like fall.
yeah.
fall.
So there's like nothing
If
going on in
that's-
San Francisco then.
it's a pandemic. They got nothing else going on, and then they were able to leave their homes to watch this giant house roll down the street.
I couldn't imagine spending more than maybe 1 minute tops watching this happen. I would
Yeah.
maybe walk out from my house and be like, "Oh, okay.
It happened over the weekend, so I kind of understand. Like, I get it. Like all right, leave your house.
How long would you
It's
sit there and
something-
watch though?"
Something unusual.
Well, if it's moving 1 mile per hour, you could like check back in. Like
Exactly. Yeah. And like it's not even past my house yet.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, like I'm getting, like I'm having like a beverage or something. I'll
Yeah.
hang out, especially if I'm there with a friend. Like it's like, yeah, we can chill, watch this, see what happens. I feel like there's a lot of times where it's just not moving at all,
No.
and they're just, that's it.
That's it.
Where it's at. What if the house is stuck there? Maybe that's the new address.
That's yeah. What do you call this?
I'm at the crosswalk.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you
What's
can
your address?
find
Nah,
me.
I don't know.
You'll see.
I'm the only house in the middle of the road, so it's pretty easy to spot.
There's a road that goes to the back of my house and a
Yeah.
road that comes straight to the front of my house. That's where my house is at.
Yeah, I'm right there.
Yeah,
You
just
can't
had
miss
to-
me.
They just had to set it down. I can't imagine trying to move a house. You gotta.
You
Figure out how
had
to
to have
lift
seen
it up.
not to like that extent, but like every now and then driving down the highway, you'll see like those like
Yeah, you'll see the trailer homes.
no, not a trailer. It's like those. Again, it's not a Victorian house, but it's like a full made house on like a back of a trailer,
Yeah,
and yeah, they're just driving it
it's
somewhere.
a weird sight every time I see it.
I agree. I always just think it would be fun though, like
Just move your stuff.
this talk. You talk about like the trailer home, like that would be driving down the street. I'd
Yeah.
rather like go camping in that. Bring a whole home on a trailer.
That's a good idea. Like,
Yeah.
if you,
Just rent a semi, and you're just
Yeah.
like, we're going camping, guys.
We're going camping. We got this house.
I wonder if there's anyone out there that does that, like lives in that kind of trailer home and is a
Yeah.
truck driver and it's just like, you know what, I'm gonna pull some permits
Yeah,
this
like
weekend.
they
We're going
buy
camping.
a truck and they're just like, you know what? Like I bought the house, but I don't want to like stake a claim anywhere. I just want to drive this around.
Yeah, I'll just drive around in my house.
That'd be
I know
pretty
people
sick.
make those like
the tiny homes.
the tiny homes, and they like get like a bus or a van or something, and they make like a little kitchen area and a bed and squeeze it all into like an old school bus or something.
There was a
like
company
that.
on Shark Tank that got money that they came in, they take these old vans and they do them all up for like people to live in and camp in.
Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could live in a van?
No, down by the river.
Michelle, live in a van?
I mean, I think it would be beneficial to my neighbors if I reallocated my stink.
Yeah, because
Your
then
stink
they'd be
to a
cycling.
van.
Yeah. And there's
Crack
no one
some
above you,
windows,
so
yeah.
they couldn't smell it. They're not above you.
Yeah, there you go. You don't have to worry about the neighbors anymore.
Eric, could you live in a van?
I think I could for a little while,
How long's a little while?
like a year.
You think you could live in a van for a year?
I think so.
Where would you shower?
Yeah,
You just get a Planet Fitness membership.
yeah.
I do think if I was homeless, that I'd spend $10 a month to get a Planet Fitness membership.
You can't afford that if you're homeless.
They make more than $10 a month in just getting people to give them money on the side.
Yeah, that goes towards food and drugs.
All right, so here, Eric,
And Planet Fitness memberships.
here, listen to this. Listen to this thought. If I was homeless,
Okay.
this would be my plan, right? So I make sure I get at least $10. I get a Planet Fitness membership. They give you pizza once a month. They give you bagels once a month.
Yeah,
Unlimited water, unlimited showers,
I agree. It's a good deal.
TV, and I can be a jacked homeless dude.
Yeah. You're just like on the treadmill watching your shows.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
you could stay up on current events.
And it's 24/7, so like you could find a way to pretty much live there the entire time.
Yeah, you just gotta kind of disappear for a few hours.
I don't know
every
why
day.
more homeless people don't do this. This would be my number one plan.
This is plan A as a homeless person.
Plan A, make sure I leave with a lock, and then make sure
I have a lock. I'm homeless.
The only issue is I don't think you can just pay in cash every month.
Oh, true.
you have to have a credit card.
Yeah, so you'd have to somehow. But if you can get like a credit union, I don't think you have to have a minimum balance or anything. So it's just like, hey, or whatever. I'll stop at a bank real quick and deposit my $10 cash from standing outside.
Maybe you can set it up. Yeah, direct deposit from your bank.
I think you
to
could
the
do
bank,
this.
to the gym.
Any
Let's look
homeless
into it.
people
Let's
who
look into it.
somehow,
Let's try to
any
figure
homeless
it
people
out.
who can somehow listen to this podcast, that's the plan.
Get a van and a home and a Planet Fitness membership.
Just the Planet Fitness membership. The van is way too much money.
No, I mean
Before you're homeless.
before you're homeless,
Plan
make sure
ahead.
you have a van.
Yeah.
All right, and get a mattress in that
Start
van
planning
so that
now.
you have somewhere to sleep.
Or you just sleep at the Planet Fitness.
Where at the Planet Fitness are you sleeping?
Just like on the treadmill.
Yeah. In a tanning bed.
On one of the weight benches.
One of the couches. Yeah.
You're just you're in the
Would
yoga
you rather
room
sleep-
doing like just shavasana on the mat.
Would you rather sleep outside on a cardboard box or inside, even if it's just like, I don't know, on a padded, like a little yoga pad?
No,
I'd rather sleep inside.
Give me a van with a mattress in it.
Eric, in this situation, you don't have a van. People didn't plan ahead for being homeless.
I would plan ahead for being homeless
Why don't you have a van?
because I don't foresee. I don't think I'm in danger.
You think that most people foresee themselves being homeless? I think it just happens.
I think well in advance. Like I've thought about it before. Like the series of events that would have to go wrong for me to end up homeless. There's a lot.
So fair. You might know. You
There's
might
a
have
lot.
an
Sean,
idea.
you're giving me like a few days at your place before I'm homeless.
Okay, but do you have enough money at that point to buy a van?
I
You need to buy a van when you are making bank. You need to buy a van when you're living life.
think you just need to liquidate your assets at the right time so that you can still afford that van.
So you're gonna liquidate your assets before you know you're about to be homeless?
Yeah. I don't know. It gets to a point.
Eric,
I don't understand how anyone.
So
ends
you
up
didn't have a
homeless,
you didn't have a
honestly.
job for a little bit. You didn't liquidate your assets.
No, because I didn't think I was in danger.
But that's what I'm saying. How do you know when to buy the van?
When you there's a point when you know. There's a point when you know.
And you have
You're
enough
like,
money
this
to
is
buy
it.
a van then. You need to create like a scenario of like, I can still afford a van and I
Yeah.
think I might be homeless.
Vans are not that expensive. I think you can get one for like $1,000. A nice used van. Don't look at me like that, Sean. You can buy a van for like $1,000.
$1,000 bucks?
$1,000.
A
You can
nice
buy an
van,
old
you
used
about to
van.
check it?
I'm
Yeah.
not a brand new van, a cargo van. You're not getting that. No.
$1,000 van is gonna be one that's on its last legs and have 200,000 miles on it and have a rat living inside.
That's fine. I don't need it to go far, Sean. I'm homeless. It's gonna be pretty
Just gonna live in it?
stationary.
What's the cheapest van you can find?
Michelle, what'd you
That's
search?
$500.
I searched van for $1,000.
Hold on. Wait, can we see this
And
though?
it came up van for $500.
No, but I want to see what these vans look like.
I mean, I don't think it's gonna be a gorgeous van.
No,
It's
you
not
said
gonna be
a
a
nice
top of the
van. You said a
line.
nice van.
It's not gonna be a
Right.
top of the line
A
Windstar.
1995 GMC
Yeah,
Vendura.
sounds good.
It looks like someone's kidnapped kids in this.
Yeah, that's what a van is.
Yeah, that's not a pretty van.
No,
But could you live in it?
technically,
Yes, you could. And what's
Where
the
would
price?
you park it?
it has 2 stars.
This is a 2-star van.
It's a 2-star van.
I'm homeless. Do you think I'm really picky of like, oh, I can't go with
Then
the
why would you
1-star
just
van?
live? Why would you just live?
I gotta have
at
at least
Planet
3
Fitness?
stars.
Just live at the Planet
You
Fitness.
can. Planet Fitness would kick you out.
They don't know. They leave. They're not staffed 24/7.
Yes, they are.
Are they? They have kids who work there at like midnight.
Yeah, they
Sucks.
can't just have the gym just free roam for gangs to take hold of.
All right. So here's the other thing. So you don't have, you just don't stay there the whole time, right? Like they're not paying attention to who's staying there at night.
Yes, they can. They pay attention to
You
who
can just
has.
come in and go in
Exactly.
shifts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You spend
You have to
5
leave at some
hours at the
point.
gym. You leave. You get some money.
Yeah.
You know, begging on the side of the road. You come back.
Yeah.
You gotta catch up on your shows. You're coming back for 8 o'clock. You're a fan of a certain show.
Yeah, you gotta like watch Survivor.
Exactly. You're watching Survivor. You're coming back. You're watching Survivor on the treadmill.
But I'm pretty sure like they pay attention to how long people have been in there.
Well, you can check in, yeah, but you don't scan to check out, right?
No.
Are they gonna be like, sir, we're really concerned you've been working out for 3 hours? Like, this is my fitness regimen.
Exactly.
No, but add 6 hours? And
You're
you've just
paying.
been laying down for 4 of them?
Tell me where.
I feel like they say, like, sir,
tell
you
me
need to get out of
where
here.
in the rules, if I'm paying my
I'm sure
$10 a month, it
I'm
says
sure it's
I
in there.
can't. I have to leave after X amount of time.
I'm sure
You
they have
can
some.
only work out for this many hours a day.
Yeah.
Like, no.
No.
They
Don't
don't
tell me
even.
that.
You can't even.
Bullshit.
You can't even keep a locker for 24 hours.
All right, so just switch lockers. That's easy.
Yeah, just move it over.
Yeah, just move it over.
All right.
Someone give me a
That's
good
not
reason why I can't live in a Planet Fitness if I'm paying my $10 a month.
Michelle, you used to work at a gym.
I worked at Fitness 19.
Could you do Fitness 19 is also 24/7, right?
No.
Oh, I
they
thought
were
it was.
24/7.
But did you pay attention? Did you kick people out after like 8 hours?
No, there's this one guy. His name was Larry. He loved to just like sit and talk to everyone. He'd probably be there for like 4 hours, he's just like pushing some weights, scooches
That's
over.
the thing is every now and then you
All
have to go
good.
do something.
Yeah. You just and then you're
You
like,
need somewhere to go.
Yes, you go
Outside
to
of
get
the
your
gym.
money. You go to get your money. You go to the side of the road.
Drive
you get
your
money.
van to the side of the road where you need to collect your money.
you could just keep your van in the Planet Fitness parking lot.
That's what I'm thinking.
Actually, I think that you're
So
more
you
likely to get towed.
Cruise out. No, not if you're inside and you can be like, oh, sorry, officer, I fell asleep. My bad.
Okay, so now we're on the same side that you can stay at the Planet Fitness for a while.
Yeah, but I'm saying you have to leave the Planet Fitness at
Yes,
some
I agree.
point
You
to
leave
the
to go-
parking lot.
No, you just
At
leave to go
least.
get your money. You leave to go get your money. At some point, you're probably going to get more than $10 a month. If you're only making $10 a month as a homeless person, you got to pick a new spot.
It depends on how good you are at being homeless.
You got to pick a new spot. I think $10 is what I think the average homeless person makes in an hour.
You
Not-
think
not
so?
really. Not- not
that
really.
seems
That's
like
a
a lot.
That's a
It depends
lot.
on where you're at.
Yeah.
Depends on where you're at, for sure. One time I was in Chicago and we had some leftover pizza.
Give it to a homeless guy.
This was with Ryan Gardner. Shout out to Ryan Gardner. We had leftover pizza and we were walking. We were going on to do something else where it would be like inconvenient.
You don't
to
want to
like
carry
have your
leftover
leftovers.
food. Yeah.
And we offered it to a homeless guy and he's like, no.
Yeah, that's happened to me before.
That's always crazy. Man.
like, no, I don't want.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Like, fuck off.
Yeah, it's just like, no thanks.
Yeah.
And I was like, what? Where's this pizza? This food? This good food?
Beggars can't be choosers.
Well, apparently they can.
Yeah. But like, I'm not giving you money. There was one time we were actually at Steven's bachelor party, my older brother, and my younger brother, this homeless guy came up, asked for money. I can't remember if he gave him money or whatever. Anyways, we're all talking. He comes up again, and my brother goes, "Get the fuck out of here. We already gave you money." I was like, holy shit, Seth. And none of us saw him like
Ooh.
give him money. So this is the first time the homeless guy came up to us. I'm like, oh my God. He goes, I just gave that guy money. Don't want him around here anymore.
Whoa.
All right.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
We don't want no trouble, sir.
Yeah.
I don't want no trouble. Go back to your.
Don't be the bachelor party just beating up homeless people.
Yeah, that's a bad look.
That's not a good
That's a
look.
bad look. Michelle, thank you for being on the podcast.
What a way to end
this
the
week.
episode.
It went way off the rails there. Wow, I don't know what happened.
That's my energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Michelle, we ask all our guests, do you have anything you would like to promote or recommend? It can be a TV show, a music album, anything. An app.
Yeah, I'm gonna be the #1 sponsor for Meow Talk.
You think everyone should download this? Is there a dog version?
No, if you have a cat or not, maybe you could just practice your meows and see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Learn the language. Duolingo is fine, but like, learn to speak cat.
Yeah, it's the language of the future.
Yeah.
Speak cat. All right. All right, the language of the future.
Yeah.
All right. What is going on here? All right, but that's going to wrap it up. Guys, make sure you like and subscribe to us on YouTube. You can find us on Facebook, facebook.com/apizza.mylife. You can find us on Twitter at APMLpod, and you can find us on Instagram at apizza.mylifepod.
You always look at me as if I'm going to like give affirmation. I have no idea.
He's like, you said it right.
Yeah, sure. That sounds right.
Sean, jump in. You can
I know
email,
that they're
say it
all
with me.
variations.
You can email us at
apmlpod
apmlpod@gmail.com.
Right, okay.
apmlpod@gmail.com. Email us if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Guys, thank you for listening. Thank you for watching.
I really want to know your concerns.
We're waiting. So far, there's been no concerns.
Disappointed.
I'll email you some concerns.
Yeah, okay, let us know the concerns.
Let us know. If you got concerns, let us know. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next week.
See ya.
Brendan Fraser.